Forsaken, abandoned to the dark, what choice but to follow the flame?
Welcome back to Total Warhammer 3 and part 30 of our Drazhoath the Ashen Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode, we're here about a turn later. The Ice Court has come on over. I was attempting to set up an ambush with Astaroth here to try to catch some of Castalton's forces on the march, but it looks like Zarina has come on over to face us. I was going to go ahead and fight this one ourselves out on the field for this first part of this episode here, but I realized that since we are reinforcing for a minute and 11 seconds, all that Zarina has to do is come on over and crush these very weak forces and then wait for our reinforcements, and with all this cavalry, she will likely do a ton more damage than we're looking to deal with. What I'm going to do is go ahead and auto-resolve this. We are going to lose some of our pretty elite Dwarfs, as well as some of the Hobgoblin Cutthroats, but that's alright. We can replace those guys on in with some hardened Chaos Warriors of Khorne. We'll go ahead and get this one to the auto-resolve and hope things don't play out too terribly with Castalton. We do get to keep the blunderbusses. We don't actually take that many casualties, the actual elite units here, so all of that going to our infantry, I don't mind that too bad at all. We will go ahead and ransom those captives because we do need a little bit of extra gold. And it looks like they're going to move on over and attack Yetish as well. Man, if we had some blunderbusses here, I think we actually probably could have pulled this one away from them. But we will go ahead and give this one on to them as well. We could do so much more damage every battle because we have these Dreadquake batteries, but then I would be forcing you all to sit through 30-minute sieges each and every time, so we'll give this one off to the auto-resolve as well. Lose ourselves and get it. Won't be reclaimed, don't you worry. Alright, the Legion of Chaos is starting to set up one of their outposts, and hopefully this isn't the one that gives you just a couple of blue horrors. Oh, she was ambushing, that's why I didn't know where she was at. That would make all the sense. Sneaky Katerin. Speaking of ambushers, I think there's still an absolute cavalcade of Cathayans just kind of slowly inching their way down the mountainside here. Castalton was also ambushing. Okay, so they've taken up the ambush strategy. Looks like Tzeentch has messed with these guys' minds, so they've fallen back. Chong Su. Fair enough. These three armies over here are going to be obnoxious enough to deal with. But as long as we can do so in our territory and hopefully in an ambush, I'm happy to do so. Alan, you hang out in the territory there. While Gromrandash doesn't have quite as dangerous of an artillery force, his front line is way scarier. We're going to make sure it is set up as such. Got a good deal of gold, actually, from that victory. So let's go ahead and throw in the Mega Mortar down here at the Black Fortress, and we actually should have more than enough labor laying around also to finish this off. And if we don't, we can just pass them around. Perfect, that does ruin things a little bit. We're at 99%, but now that we have the Mega Mortar in, everything up in the Sentinels is a little bit more better protected. Extra uses for the Dreadquake, and then it fires an additional 2 projectiles, which shall be awesome. And actually, it seems like the additional uses for the Dreadquake hasn't actually been working, or maybe it's overlapping with... because we've only ever been getting 3, if you've noticed. Now let's find out. It seems like it's kind of overlapping with one of these tower seats here. The one that gives you 1 additional in friendly territory. I'll have to take a look on the forums. We have gone ahead and completed the Bloodthirster prison as well. Just making sure we have plenty of extra magic, and then we can summon in those Demon's Mist Sorcerers wherever we need. 2 additional rank faction-wide is also pretty awesome, so really, really good landmark. I want to make sure we have it now. We'll go ahead and go for some of these other building upgrades once we have lots of battles here. Let's leave Gromrandash in position. We'll grab... where you Gorth the Cruel. Get moving on over here towards Blackfang. Looks like Grimgor is caught between a rock and hard place, a whole bunch of armies of chaos coming down to deal with him. I'm so glad that we got Archaon on side when we did. Hopefully we can keep him on side. Alright, Grimgor's Army boys are not really putting up much of a fight here, so we'll let Gorth's army just kind of roll right over them. We'll give this banner of discipline off to our Demon Smith. Although I take it back. I think I want to put this down on our Bale Taurus. And then we'll go ahead and smush some greenskins. We'll fight the next one no matter what with Gorth, just because of the vision of watching a whole bunch of line rifles going off and just scything down greenskins sounds like a great time to me. We'll go ahead and stack the settlement for the gold and the captives. And of course, we'll turn around and reclaim it. Looks like we've got lots of raw materials flowing on in, so we're going to go ahead and grab one that gives us some gold. So this will be a factory. The factory of Black Fang. I really like to get up here and grab a correct frag as well, because it has the gem mine, which is an incredible boost to our gold. Alright, we'll repair that for the raw materials, and then we'll demolish this building because we need gold, not armaments. Alright there, Gorth. Figuring out what skills to give you is a bit challenging. Let's go ahead and go for the cascading fire cloak for yourself, and then we'll start working on, I think, the firing drills to increase the missile strength and ammunition for all of our fire glaives there. And then we'll probably go for whichever one increases the charge on all those bull centaur renders. Good old Astrogoth. Astrogoth giving you a drop to recruitment cost and some more recruit rate sounds pretty good. We're very close to unbridled cruelty, which will make him a lot cheaper. And with all of the negatives to our income right now, we definitely need such. So let's go for the despoilers. You know what? Everyone's trying to ambush recently, so lightning strike. We need lightning strike. Battle reinforcement time plus 25% sounds kind of weak, but if it allows us to get a position that we actually can cripple one of the armies before the other one shows up, I'm happy to grab it. For good old Zoro here, let's make sure you are great in combat. So you've already got the living metal flesh for some more word save. And I think Hashut's scales is just for spell resistance, which isn't bad. Blade Master it is. That's kind of low attack for what we want to be dueling. Or Gorduz. Well, his passives are good to go. He doesn't really get it shot at all that much just because of how sneaky he is. So let's go ahead and give him the Counter Striker. Fleet Footed would be pretty good though, because we get 15% more speed. For now, let's go for the extra attack. Dwarf attack is pretty low. They all have really, really good defense, just lacking so much in the attack. Castellan, let's see if you can turn around and kneecap Spear Chucka here. Very low chance to wound, but if you get wounded yourself, I don't mind. It helps our income. Oh, you just fail and waste my money. The worst outcome. Oh, that's what I eat. Over here is Arnagruan. Let's go ahead and grab the Obsidian Quarry. It will increase our workload by 400. We have 4 turns to sort that on out. Make sure they're accepting new labor. And then what other building that I plan on going in here? I believe it was the patrol routes. Perfect. We've got Star Chad moving on up to try to bring down Karak Doom. I don't think this rat tribe actually comes back when the end times come off. It seems like they always stay wiped out. But let's see how stacked up they are up here at Karak Doom. We know they're here. Oh, did we peace out with them recently? I have slept a few times since our previous. I think we must have peaced out with the rats. Well, this is awkward. Rats, listen. I may have forgotten. And for now, we'll go ahead and just leave Star Chad there. He's not in the best spot, but man, they really like Doom Flayers, don't they? Bruising for another auto-resolve bruise in there, bud. Wow, that's a lot of bears there, Castalton. Temple of Heimkel is not actually doing all that well. Well, it may be time to fall back a little bit further here. How far can Castalton move? We need to actually recruit in some more soldiers. So let's pull past the temple. We'll go into the in-camp stance. Go as far as we can. We'll see if Castalton can follow. I think he gets stuck at the Temple of Heimkel, which is a bit unfortunate for us, but I'm going to go ahead and cancel this construction. And let Castalton move on over. If he wants to claim it, so be it. Astrogoth will sit here and recruit up. Probably not from Global, but if I could grab some Cornate soldiers. 2 turns on the Exalted Bloodletters, and that'd be too spicy for us. I think against what's coming, we need just some halberdier warriors. Going to be a pretty nasty hit to our income, but we're still slightly okay on that. We can use some labor to fix things too if we really need to. So we'll grab himself some more halberdiers. Can we grab some guys from anyone else? I wouldn't mind another single entity, or maybe even some more rattling guns. Although, I actually think the poison wind globes would be pretty useful against what's coming on in after us. So for a small fee of 124, let's grab ourselves some poison wind globadiers. Astergoth, these allegiance of death. Alright, Glumba. Looks like Mount Gunbad has itself some gold. That would be lovely to secure. My heroes just keep letting me down, time and time again. Alright, Glumba, can you go into the mountain stance and then just come on down here to the Mount Gunbad? Stealing their gold mine sounds great. And if I can slot in... I think guardhouse is a bit too expensive. We want to be a little bit careful with how much land we're claiming back from them. Wurzag has come on over. You want to leave? Wurzag, I have too many problems right now. Oh, yeah. Alright, well, the Great Green Prophet's here. Kevin, I'm going to make sure you keep moving up north. Oh, looks like Hextalk is going to not resettle Misty Mountain. I hadn't heard about my plans. Star Snake's kind of hanging out next to Bone Gulch. Let's go ahead and jump. I want to try to jump past them so they catch me. Try to intercept so I can fight them on the field. Or inside that intercept battle. This would be an easy fight. So go ahead and intercept me. I dare you. And Starstick, if you want to come on over and fight with all of your buddies, do it. Kevin is ready for a throwdown. We've got miniguns. We've got one hell cannon. What do you got? Nothing. Here we can get to a battle this turn, and I think indeed we can. We can move up and hit Karak Drawn, but the fact that Wurzag is down here now is a bit of an obnoxious change of plans. I think we'll need to... He's just going to go after Karak 8 Peaks, won't he? Well, it's time to appear right in his way then. Surprise! He shouldn't be able to get past us, and if he does, we should be able to pretty easily catch him. If he hits Black Crag, we're in trouble. Lots of settlements if he hits, we're in trouble. 4 Rogue Idols and a Giant. So technically 5 Rogue Idols. Except for they do fight quite a bit better against infantry than... It's going to be a tough fight. Wurzag's not playing around. He's bringing mostly large entities to the fray. Actually, we will struggle with against a little bit. Just a bit. Once they get into range, they'll have a really bad time, though. Alright, I'm going to make sure our income is... Or at least our background income's looking alright. Treasury pile. Stacked high. Let's go find some fights. Although now that we have secured the route to the north here, we should be able to start sending out more convoys, and we're going to grab that right away. So let's jump on into our convoys. We still have Mordum, Lasnefist, and then Gutrex Osgal. Recruiting in new ones would be probably better though. Let's grab this Bull Centaur Master here. He's rank 9. Well, you know what? We gotta at least give these guys one more chance, right? We don't have to pay for new. We'll grab Mordum here. He's got Bull Centaurs. We will add him on in. And then let's find a place to make some money that's a little bit easier to do so. Bunch of labor there. Heading up to the Valerie would make what's his face happy, but it'd be going through pretty dangerous territory because Grimgor is still active. Sending our self weapons. I wonder if that's actually how that works. Let's come on up to the Silvered Tower. It is through some pretty dangerous territory, but it sounds a bit more fun than previous, and I think they do fine when they're not fighting against Grimgor himself. So when I say let's send it over to the Silvered Tower, let's go ahead and send it over to Karad Kar here. They don't like us very much, but I think this should help out. And then, of course, Volkia jumps on the dog pile. We're getting a ton of labor coming on back from car on car if we can actually make it. So we send Mordem on out. We'll create a new convoy as well. We'll grab Gutrex, add him on in, and then we will send him out with some labor as well up to the Silver Tower. Valerie would be a nice, cheap, easy Nepal. Well, we'll go ahead and grab. If we, I can't send a normal amount out. It's either 440 or 540. All right, would be great, CA, if we could send out specific armament amounts, but maybe that's a bit difficult to do in the background there. We're gonna send these guys on out to the Silver Tower and await their return. We have no more armaments now, but I think we'll be just fine. All right, there's much that we could do. We've got a good bit of raw materials laying around. Let's go ahead and pass out some tower roads and things like that. That increases armament output, so let's go ahead and do so with the same area here. We'll throw in the gunsmith as well. Double down on that armament output. Reka Drak, we could go ahead and take up to the final tier, the Tower of Ashut. Bad call. I'm going to spend a little bit of gold on the strip mine over here, and then upgrade the lock stores as well. Make sure we start accepting new labor in. You realize throwing in the strip mine, things a little bit funky with labor. Is this everything in the local province period? But that's just for gem and gold mines, fair enough. This doesn't actually increase your overall gold sluice and things. Yeah, that counts as a refinery. Speaking of, we will throw in the sluice there. We'll upgrade the sluice gate, take this up to tier 3, and actually I'm kind of tempted to take this over instead of into a, back over to a factory, convert this thing on over. Because we started sorting out our raw material issues through other means. Correct, Vlag, I would definitely like to get the increased tower roads there and drop the upkeep of anyone kind of in the area. Nuke launcher would be great as well. Well, it's just kind of a building I like throwing in everywhere. Ashrak's lair, I think, is in a bit of a dangerous spot. Start getting this back on up to the spot it was in before. Be very happy. It's a bit too close to enemy territory that I haven't been able to scout out yet, so throwing in too many upgrades there is probably a bit folly. 3,000 gold's a bit too much. Rakaz Gall is down here in enemy territory. I'd love to get in the gem mine. It's just, man, that's dangerous. We're starting to kind of stabilize a bit. Clan Moors is going to be a problem as soon as they switch sides, though. By switch sides, I mean when they decide everyone's the enemy. We'll just throw in the extra income building there. We really need to move over here and crush Nagishazar. All in due time. Alright, let's save some gold, let's save some armaments. And we will see what kind of nonsense our enemies can get up to. It says we've got a lord that's not moved. Let's go ahead and see. Is it the Kazakh Monger? We got Yuanshan, Fu, and Zhou outside.
I bow only.
I feel like that was a really big mistake, though, because now I can attack you. And bring you all outside of Nangao. Which, you really don't want to be outside of Nangao. It says it'll give us a Pyrrhic victory. I don't believe that at all. Let's go ahead and scout our terrain, and then we'll charge into this battle with glee in our hearts. Always been a bit of an interesting position. What is the point of this portion of the map? And I think this is where actual reinforcements come in, which just allows you to slaughter whoever shows up. Either way, to the field. Oh, this is going to be magnificent. And it's also on one of the Cathayan maps, which is my favorite from the brand new, or from, I guess, all of the Total War 3. Warhammer 3. Let's go ahead and throw some soldiers in on the sneaky hits on the sides there. We'll hide them in the woods, even though they don't really need to hide in the woods. We'll have them kind of moving in to block up everyone coming in to reinforce. Zatan can easily handle the guy by himself. Trolls, you'll come on over and help out, though. Set everyone else up for the reinforcements we should be fighting. I'm going to throw the Fireglaives in the center with the blunderbusses on the outside. we aren't even going to use them against the enemy lord here. We'll probably just use the Bale Taurus and Zatan. Actually deploy the Hell Cannons up pretty far to start. That way they can get some really nice shots at the enemy as they reinforce. So we'll throw one Hell Cannon. Well, we really just want them together, don't we? They will make each other fire faster. Got a bit of low ground, but I think they'll make up for it in just the fact of their sheer awesomeness. And we'll throw the Death Shrieker in front of them. Working a little bit so they're not in the trees. And they can start knocking out the reinforcements the second they show up. In fact, we can push them a bit closer. There we are. Cutthroats. Great weapons at the center of these guys. Lovely, and we'll have the goblins waiting to help out in case these guys get into any trouble. Yes, boss. I doubt they'll get in trouble, but on the odd chance, we'll grab the trolls together and then the single entities. Zatan on the front. Ethuc, make sure I remember what kind of spells you're rocking with, bud. Got Flaming Breath and such. Let's make sure you're up here with the artillery team. Sorts of goodies to give them. We've got the Sneaky Hits in the Woods. Perfect. This Zatan has just the Sadistic Snare and a couple of his basic abilities. Ours had ones going all the way around the dial. Alright, battle begin. Actually, let's get the trolls off on the side a bit there so they're not in the way of all of our rifles. Alright, Zatan, you head right up to the top. Send these guys out. Zatan's gonna talk some smack the entire time. Let's go ahead and set you guys off of fire at will for now. We'll just send Zatan and the boys forward. Let's grab all of the guns. Bring them up to about Z's position. Bring everyone else up behind them. I'm actually going to cast the Fire Cloak on Zatan. Only because it's going to drop this guy's melee defense for his weakness, to give him a little bit of a weakness to fire. Throw these guys in on the woods here. Other hobgoblin sneaky gets kind of similarly on the sides. Still deploy. And the enemy's coming in from the sides there. It's going to still take about 47 seconds. Zatan is bullying the poor enemy lord there. We don't even really need any more of the abilities. We'll go ahead and just await the reinforcements. Slay this poor magistrate who ran a bit too far into enemy territory. We'll actually probably scoot the artillery up just a little bit. They have better firing arcs on the enemy there. Enemy lord's gone. Move everyone else around. Infantry team, you keep scooting forward. We'll have the ranged boys go just to about here. It is a choke point for both of us here, so we'll want to be a bit careful. Alright, reinforcements have arrived. Move up a bit. They're gonna have to be coming down out of the gully there. Bring the trolls on up. Actually, they may get out of there before I'm able to do any kind of nonsense, but we're still going to try it. So let's go for the Piercing Bolt of Burning. Right up front as they'll have to walk through. 5 seconds for that to come on down, and we'll drop down the Flamestorm on top of that. Cannon shots going out. And drop the Flamestorm in front as well. Let's start doing a bit of evasive maneuvers there, bud. Drop down the Doom of a Shoot back here on all these cannons that are wreaking havoc. Zatan, you have the Flame and Shadow. Let's scoot it forward a little bit and drop that down. Get our lord on away from here. Our hero. He's got a Storm of Shadows on him. Makes Zatan hard to hit. In fact, I'll use the Armor of Contempt on both of these guys here. and put our artillery teams back on fire at will. Just let them start blasting away. Alright, our cutthroats got hit there. Them forward. Our rifle teams, go ahead and pull them to about this position. Stop them there. Keep the sneaky gets back just a bit there, and we'll summon in the die back here in the back with all of these archer teams. I really think the train guns are the most dangerous here. Alright, Zatan, let's get you over the top. Finish off those cannons. Get all of you moving. We go ahead and throw the overcast burning head. It's starting just here. Launch it on back. However much damage you guys can think you do to my my hobgoblins. Ooh, a meteor comes on down. I don't mind. Dodge the lightning. Try. They got clipped a little bit, but I saw that. No, thank you. The Groms boys. Go ahead and slow her down. Go ahead and chop up that Wujing War Compass. In fact, you guys come on up and help out do the same. Gale Force moving on in. Let's go ahead and blast some fire on these guys here. Those crossbows need some hugs. You're getting shot at. Go ahead and move up a bit there. Move these Sneaky gets in. Crossbows are doing pretty good work. I am impressed. You blast here, you here. Death Shrieker on these guys. Increase damage. Go ahead and scoot up just a smidge. Drop down the Flame Storm on top of all of these infantrymen streaming on down. Zatan, go ahead and chase off that nonsense there. We can drop down the Flaming Shadow on all of these hail guns here. Land and do some damage there, buddy. Bit of burning head through the back line, just to scare them on off. We could do a lot of friendly fire damage. Go ahead and pull these guys back. Maybe just use some contact with these Jade Warriors here. Weaken them quite a bit. Well, it doesn't look like we needed it. Definitely still need to bring down as many as we can, though. Otherwise, we will not be having the most easy battle on the walls. I will hunt down as many of these fools as I can and catch you all in but a moment. Alright, well, after a couple more crispy Cathayans later, 550 more kills going to our Fire Mage there. Throw them into some crispy chips for sure. Well, I guess they tried their best to defend even the Dune Dragons. I didn't even realize the ROR unit was here. They all got crunched. We will go ahead and actually just take the... replenishment, but let's take the 590 labor. Yes, please. And hopefully then we can just kind of turn around and snatch Nangao from them. Fools. Miao Ying's coming on up.
I am no one's servant.
Seems like you're about to be, because this is a weak army. Your lanterns would have a really, really bad day against what I'm fielding. We're just going to go ahead and hit the auto-resolve button here, claim Nangao, and give ourselves a lovely new town. Yeah, we sacked the settlement, we gained all of the labor. Yes, please. And then, with the death of Yuan Shanfu, I believe at one point was the leader of one of the other breakaway Cathayan factions. So we can here and upgrade this to as high of a tower as we can. Got a bit of gold coming on in now. We could upgrade the, or I guess we can't actually afford to repair the tower roads. Such is the way. We do get the repurposed forges, though, where the once mighty Sentinels of Cathay were built and raised. Far more nefarious deeds now take place. Gives us more recruit rank, upkeep, reduction, and then armaments return. Recruit rank and upkeep reduction for Dwarf gun units, and then armaments return. Pretty good. Does play give us anything nice? Actual construction cost decrease. We'll grab that on in first. And then I think the nuke launcher for the Cathayans is a good idea. Doesn't help against Miao Ying, but we've got Zatan to deal with Miao Ying. Alright, Zatan, time to give you your last 2 good points here then. 15 additional armor for his entire army, and then 5 more leadership and melee defense as well. And then the Laughing Killer giving him 50 more armor piercing, perfect vigor, and then dropping enemy leadership by 10. Two incredible skills. Alright, Pithuk. How can we make you more useful? I think Cascading Fire Cloak will be great when we actually are doing a duel with Miao Ying. We can give him some extra melee defense. Help him hold out against the dragon. Lovely, lovely. Mask of the Furnace seems a bit better than the Iron Curse icon there. Also give him a Forbidden Rod for a bit more magic at the cost of his own health. I think he'd be happy to do so. We'll grab the Obsidian Amulet as well, since we're about to be in a duel with Miao Ying. Actually, maybe the Trickster Shard would be great for Miao Ying, because you could actually stop her from casting for a moment. They don't actually usually cast spells while they have that on them. They just will not. They just basically just tells them no spells for 30 seconds or whatever it is. 16 seconds. Either way. Ultimate no-no. We'll go ahead and come on in here and see about combining a couple of these up. Give ourselves an Armor of the Forge, not a bad one. Combine some of these Scrolls of Shielding. More Armor of Fortune, also not bad. But we can combine some of these other smaller tier ones. We'll get to that probably later on. Sword of Swift Slaying. Mask of E, and then is there another? Potion of Speed. We'll go ahead and fuse those together. And we'll grab a Trickster Shard. We've got so many of those, let's go ahead and combine some of them together. And a Malignant Totem. Well, that's a pretty good one. That's pretty good. Gives us Sundered Armor and Flaming attacks, as well as 30 or 24 more melee attack. It's almost like a Horn of Corn, but better. And also will drop enemy leadership in the local region, which is pretty good. Layered up with what Zatan's already rolling with. That's 14 just from those two. Usually kind of counters out any extra bonuses they're getting from that legendary lord.
Only Senya.
Let's find out. We have given the Ichian faction an entrance, and now they're in. They're going to do all of the damage they can. Come on over to the Turtle Gate, steal some tech. Come on, bud. Fun indeed. Let's see if we have any more heroes or lords that need moving. Gromra Dash just keeps watching the Cathayans slowly slink down the mountain here. You'll be slick with blood soon, Cathayans, don't you worry. Alkenhoff is just gonna raid. They're not brave enough to fight me, so raiding it is. Bring Jack Sparrow on over. Flame is that one. I get it, you're angry. We've got a lot of money though, so as long as we're smart, we can pass out a good bit of upgrades. Especially down here on kind of the border settlements. Starstick's doing his raiding thing. I think the Fortress of Vorag to have the nuke launcher would be great. I'm going to go ahead and just throw in the Thane Barracks. And we actually have the labor to finish that off right away, and I'm going to, and then perhaps, no. That'd be foolish. Bone Goat will go for the Grave of the Dragons at some point, just not yet. We're still missing the Arnell's Tomb landmark there. It's not an amazing one, but it does give you a small grip of raw materials and some movement range, so perhaps not a bad one to get once we've finished off the enemies in the area. Until then, though, we wait. Rod Tommen's in too dangerous of a spot. I'd really like to get in the gem mine here. Instead, let's go ahead and upgrade the Temple Guard here at Krakow's Gall. Drops our income by a lot. Black Crag as well. So we can come on in if we really need to and just grab a couple more, sell off some more labor. In fact, we'll just do it on everywhere we can, that way, because we're not wasting any burns there. We can give even more upgrades out. Track 8 Peaks, give it the upgrade to the Fane Barracks, and then if we can actually upgrade the Dreadquake Mega Mortar, I will. This can reach right over and blast Black Crag as well, helping us out against Warzag. Lovely. Actually, there's a ton of labor we have just laying around here. Let's go ahead and pass it off to finish out the Mega Mortar right away. Sounds good to me. Yeah, no more upgrades that are gold related. Check diplomacy. Usually the beastmen are money banks, but it doesn't seem to be the case this time.
None shall question
The Ice Court
me.
wants peace. Welt's Arena. Peace would be great and all. It's not for you. Your lot is the mines. How exciting. Gamer Boy wants to talk. Hopefully it's something good. He wants us to join his war against Clan Ferric. I mean, we already have low reliability. Why are you at war with Clan Ferric? Is it our fault? In the meantime, no. 900's not enough there, Scarbrand. We're worth more than that. Astalton attacks the temple, as we expect. And the fool marches blindly to his doom, although they're attacking us kind of across the board here, starting to steal some stuff back. Lair the Troll King was switching on over to a factory, so losing this isn't that bad, but now that we know they've got a secondary army here that's pretty tough. It's nothing Astragoth can handle, but gotta keep it in mind. And Young Sun has come on over to attack. Oh, it's time. Good grief, that's so many armies. So it's 4 whole Western Province armies facing off against R2. Alright, well this first army here, actually I think we should have a pretty easy time routing on away. We do outrange them. Like a minute 51, we are basically going to be coming in at the exact same time. Once these Terracotta Sentinels come in, things get a little bit more dangerous. We do have the Lamasu units and some of the Kadai Destroyers and things that kind of jump, surround them and stop them. But they will, chances are, just going to charge them straight on in to try to shut down our guns. The longer our Dreadquakes can fire, the higher chance we have to win. You have restock? No. Fair enough. Alright, the battle to end all battles then. We either lose the Sentinels once more, or we repel this gigantic force of the Western Provinces, probably crippling their economy. Well, I'm just freeing up their economy, crippling their military might. Alright, so they are kind of reinforcing from all over the place while our guys are coming in similarly all over the place. Let's start deployment, make sure all of our artillery teams are off fire at will to start. We want to make sure we are giving them the targets that they are allowed to fire upon. We'll go ahead and set up our archers. I'm going to have all of our artillery back here up on this kind of position here because it's the most easy for us to actually defend. Only archers we actually, I guess only range we actually have are these archers here, so we do want to keep that in mind. It's not great. Bring our labor force on over. We'll have our Lamasu ready to go. We've got lots of single entities and lots of pretty beasty, monstrous infantry. We'll just have to make sure they're not getting tied down by the enemy's artillery or ranged units. Destroyer, bring you on back. Renders are going to be great against the Terracotta Sentinel. Then the Iceforge Legion and the others. We'll kind of scoot them up to this position so that we're firing on guys as they come on in. Going to be a fun one for sure. You two come on over. We'll have the Castellan taking up position on this side here. Archers spreading out a little bit so they're not getting blasted apart by enemy spells. Infantry, archers. Monstrous. Artillery. Single entities, we're good to go. Maybe. Alright, so our wizard has nothing really special. He's got a bit of extra damage resistance one time. We've got the Demon Flash, or the Demon Flask of Ashak, which does drop enemy melee attacks, so that'll be great to drop down on one of the Terracotta Sentinels or one of their more important single entities. Those goblins down there. Wa is here. Maybe not, but if you guys think so, that'll begin. What's the plan there, Cathayans? I'm gonna rotate all of these guys over. That's my plan. We'll have these guys come on through. They are going to sit back and wait for their reinforcements. Fair enough. That's smart play. So in the meantime, we'll have our Sorcerer Prophet come on over and start causing some issues. Metal spells do tend to do that. Actually, we'll have you and the Iceforge Legion set up here. And the Dreadquake can come on over to about this position. Set up our archers where these two are up immediately, and this one's a little bit further back. They have almost no range of those little noodle arms, so we want to keep that in mind. Which one's coming in first? Won't be a bunch of cheese we can get up to with this one. In fact, man, the fact that they... got a lot of infantry. I think one of their more dangerous ones are going to be the Iron Hail guns. I'm going to hit them with some cannons. Enjoy. Alright, they are unloading everything they've got on our hero here. Go ahead and drop down the Guinness Golden Hounds if we can get it. How much closer do we have to get to actually drop that one down? Quite a bit. This one not as close. You're a pretty good slot. Down drops the metal. Alright, reinforcements coming in from the side there. Let's go ahead and grab our troops. Get them ready to go. As these guys reinforce, we drop down the Dreadquake. Coming back quick like. Reinforcements are coming on in. We'll bring the single entities over to this this gap here. And then we'll have the sneaky gits move forward. Hold up that gap there. All the infantry we were missing before, and we'll have all the labor come on through. Infantry and then some cav. So we didn't get our best units coming on in, that's fine. How'd our Dreadquake do? We took out a unit of the Jade Warriors and took out some of these shields here, but they actually dodged it pretty well. There's your first target. You guys go deal with these Jade Lances. Looks like they want a hug. You guys can all work together there. That should be no problem. In fact, if you want to drop their armor just for good measure, I'm happy to see you all do so. Sniper, let's go ahead and get out front. In fact, let's get these goblins out front as well, so they're taking the brunt of any nonsense. Fire on those Celestial Dragon Guard next. Basically eliminated that unit of Frostwoman right away. Alright, those Jade Warriors, those Jade Lances got crushed. Let's go ahead and pull on back. More reinforcements of the enemies are arriving. We'll save our nukes while we can here. Looks like they're all trying to reinforce. That was an excellent Dreadquake placement. Took out one of the units entirely. Alright, interesting. Those lances are back and in for more bruising. Golden puppy dogs emerge. Here come more lances. Alright, let's go ahead and give you two targets. You start blasting away at these crane guns. Actually, we'll give the Iceforge Legion the crane gun target. You guys start going for the Iron Hail guns, moving in. Trying to figure out which of our units are under fire at the moment. Doesn't look like too many of them. The Cathayans are trying to move together. Move you away from the crane gun nonsense. You are our flyer. You're pretty susceptible to that kind of thing. Try to pull out of that. It'll be kind of difficult, though. It's likely a Comet of Casadora. Oof. Actually, we were able to dodge it pretty well, though. You guys charge on through and break them. Have our mage come back into the main gap here. Where's my Dreadquake? Really good hits of those Iron Hail guns. Pull you on backwards here. And I think the Taruk as well. We'll let these laborers fall. We'll bring the Taruk and the destroyer over. Our sneaky hits. Push them on up just a little ways here. Ravens, your warriors flee. Try to get it on their back line. Castellan, start firing. Let's go ahead and rock a Cinder Blast shot across the line. In fact, we can drop down some Dreadquake. Trying to find the best Dreadquake targets here. Looks like right here. Rosox, come on forward. Let's go ahead and break the Dragon Blooded. In fact, we're going to have you two working together. Go break the Dragon Blooded. Let's start moving forward. Get on in there. Drop down the Armor of Contempt for everyone up front here. We'll have you guys come on up and try to break these individual side units. Looks like the Dragon Guard aren't actually locked down in defensive positions, so we'll move in and start crumping who we can. A little bit too far forward. Go ahead and drop the cannon shots down. Our archers are starting to dwindle. We're seeing the laborers on in now. We're gonna start stopping who we can. Lamasu, come on through. Stop this. Mixture of Taurus and Lamasu are doing pretty good. Although our Bull Centaur is in a bad spot. Go ahead and drop down the Demon Flask. Should give him a chance to escape. Perfect. Start blasting away these units that are coming on in. We'll have the cavalry move forward. Some of the Danger Noodles are starting to lose their barrier, but they're fighting pretty well here. Sheer overwhelming force. Drop the Dreadquake in on all these archers that are all combined together. Seems like a good place for them all to be. Drop in the Flames and Death there, and then while that casts, I'm going to overcast some metal as well. Give them a double hug of something hot. Usually they have to pay extra for bringing it for free. I think they've got a couple more forces still hanging in there, but for the most part, we're running them right over. Try to get in here and catch some of the actual combat shots here. I mean, they were soldiers, and now no longer. The Orc laborers are completely ignoring them. They know what their targets are. Anyone with a crossbow. Meanwhile, the Taurus and company are doing their thing in the back line. Ripping down the balloons. Yep, we've got them broken on the front here. Push into these Jade Warrior crossbows. Don't want to blow up too much, so let's pull some of these guys back. Lamasu, you're getting shot at from the side there. Don't like to see that. Come on around, and let's get into a duel with her. In fact, someone's dropping down some Oh, I gave it to the wrong one. Melee defense drop for this Shogun Lord here. Armor of Contempt for everyone fighting. Looks like those cannons stayed back in the back just to rock some shots in. And bold strategy. We'll see how it pays off for him. Go ahead and surround. We'll drop the CATHAYAN here. Annihilate these 2 units of cannons. And some Jade Warriors if they choose to get involved. Guys, forward to our D line. We'll try and get into a melee with the enemy Lord there. We may have lost one of our Bull Centaurs. They're fleeing all the way off, but luckily they should come back without falling completely there in that battle. And have you give up on the Skylander? Let's go ahead and try to disrupt those crane guns a bit too. Drop the armor on her when you can. And then go for the crane guns. We are getting shot at by a little bit by the troops inside there. So everyone that's on someone who's not a crossbowman, just kind of ignore them and find someone else to give a hug to. Meanwhile, on artillery land, Jade Warrior crossbows in the back line that need to be defeated. Yeah, we're starting to lose a couple of our single entities there. Disrespected the Jade Warriors a bit too much there. In as much as we can there. Kind of hard to see who's still able to fight and who's having trouble. We've got so many units out on the field right now. The danger noodles are gone, but they did their job. Scared off all those Jade Warrior crossbows. Get over there quick, boys. Looks like a couple of these Celestial Dragons have actually made it into the back line here. Bull Centaur needs to come on away. There's your target. We'll see if we can switch to yours as well. I'm gonna send this squad of Danger Noodles through. Cathayans are starting to kind of bring things back a little bit. They're dragging things on backwards towards their side of the field. Our Lord flees. Our micro does leave quite a bit to be desired. I can't lie. Let's get moving forward. Laborers are doing a pretty good job, though, shutting down these individual groups of crossbows. Let's make sure the new launcher continues to do the same. Alright, perfect. Keep blasting apart the Jade Warrior crossbows. You guys keep taking out your targets too. Castellan, move up. Start taking out the Grand Cannon crews. No reason for that many of you guys to all be in the same spot. Danger Noodles, come on through. Need your prowess now more than ever. Whole heap more Cathayans are coming on in. Oh yeah, we've got like a whole nother army, don't we? This is awkward. Let's keep saving then. Focus up. I'm gonna have to stop talking for a moment here. Layer out as many debuffs as we can. The Dreadquakes have started. No! How many of our own soldiers did we just wipe out? I forgot about our second tier of troops as well, though. So things are looking all right. The B team on both sides are coming in. The bench is joining the fray. Absolutely bullying the enemy Lord there. Let's go ahead and push through. Let's go and see if we can get away from. Still Dragon Guard there in your way. Keep damage in on where it needs to go. Dreadquake hitting a pretty good shot. And was a little bit off. Other few Dreadquakes, though, would like them to start slowing down these other units that are making their way in. Destroyer charge down these lances. We'll have these sneaky gets come on out though.
Boys!
Missed that shot pretty bad. Go ahead and drop down the extra armor of contempt for everything in this little group here. Make them real hard to bring down, and then you two work together to take down that dragon-blooded. Stand here to keep firing your flare pistol at people. It's rude, but it's what you're here for. He's gonna turn around and deal with everything that's kind of come back into our line here. Laborers get to work. Cannon crew's gone. Go ahead and pull our die back, bring you back as well. You guys just get to work on who you're fighting there. There's some hobgoblin archers that need to be backed out of that group, but mortar. You're about out of ammo. Go after these Noblar traps. Pull our cavalry crew through. Good job of chasing them off. We have two more Dreadquake shots. I actually am going to use it on... I thought they had crossbowmen coming on in. Dealing with those knights. Make sure I know where my Kadai are. In fact, I want them together. And where is the bull centaurs as well? Pretty good hits. She's fleeing on out of there completely. Overseer needs to come on back and help out with these Celestial Dragon Guard that are in the middle here. In fact, you go ahead and help charge them down as well. New friends coming on forward. We'll bring these archers out front. You want to back away a little bit there so it's not getting shot by absolutely everyone. You get to come on forward. Wait, boys. He's getting his shots in where he can. Love to see it. Come use that sniper over here.
Boys at Groot!
Stop him for a moment. Move on through. We'll have the bull centaur move up to... this is the Grand Cannon crew. Not so scared of them. Gotta be real careful we don't accidentally kill our lord there with a miscast. Terracotta's armor. Now everyone that can get involved with him, go ahead and give him a hug. Got two Terracotta Sentinels in. Let's go ahead and pull you back. You should not be fighting them. We'll have both of our Kadai units coming on over together. Danger Noodle should have a really good chance of winning that fight. Nukes are still falling. Let's make sure we're getting really good nuke targets here. A bunch of Jade Warriors kind of trying to come on in to stop things. I'm going to see if I can get all 4 of these Iron Legion shots blasting this Terracotta Sentinel. The Ice Forge Legion shots. You tear them apart. I think our final Dreadquake goes down to stopping these cannons here, or these crossbows. There's 3 of them coming in. They shouldn't be able to escape in time. Of course, we'll find out, won't we? Balance of power is starting to even out towards them. Our ripping shots into these heroes here. Our Knight Destroyer is taking a lot of damage. Do we have anyone that can heal him? No one, I don't think. No. One over help out the Kadai with the other fight there. You guys are blowing up our own friendly units with the nuke launcher. Hate to see it. Pretty sure I told you to fight with fire halfway across the map, but they're shooting dudes up right up close here. Come on, Kadai. You can win against one Sentinel. There's a bunch of you. Full Centaur, you fight this Terracotta Sentinel here. It's just evolved into full chaos at this point. That Lord is full fleeing at this point, though. Burn, let's blast one of these Cinder Blast shots into them. By those Jade Warriors, let's go ahead and pull back. Everyone here except for the Lamasu. fight these Jade Warrior crossbows. Looks like some of them have gotten back into the back line as well. Not good to see. Love these boys coming over to help out. We are starting to run low on ammo. The first Terracotta Sentinel has fallen. The other one's about to go down. Thinking about to go down. Our front line is decimated. Bring some archers forward. Try to reform as much of our line as we can. Nuke launchers, find yourselves juicy new archers to blow up. Oh, they're drove into combat. Lovely. Yeah, that's what we needed. You turn and help out this cavalry group that should not be fighting there. Our Red Bull of a shoot. We try to do some evasive maneuvers as he comes on in towards this crossbow team. Got lots of units I'm having a hard time fighting targets for. Lots of spearmen coming forward here. Let's drop that there as they move forward. That should be their doom. Speaking of doom, the doom train, keep moving. This is the ultimate battle of attrition here. I'm gonna start taking apart these Jade Lances. Will you back ever so slightly? Go ahead and turn just a bit. Try to get some shots on this Lord Magistrate here. If we can break him, things are a little bit better on our side here. Get yourselves where you can. Cinder Blast, Shell. I mean, I see most of the enemy turning and running. This is very costly victory here for us, but I'm thinking we're gonna pull it on away. Try to survive our Kadai here. They're really in too deep. As our danger noodles start falling, so do our chances of victory. Cutthroat archers move up the sides there. They're stopping as many of the archer teams as they can. But we're running low on both heroes and lords as well here. Should have had him come up casting Guinness as much as I can just to kind of keep our Kadai in the fight. We're going to lose most of them here. That I actually don't mind. Bring them on over. Our train is really holding its own pretty well. Ah, the Jade Lance has gotten back into the back of all of our archers. Not much we can do about it. Just keep fighting. Actually, since you're out of ammo, maybe you come on back and help out the archers with these cavalry that have got into the back group here. Boxes in the hen house. Stay away just far enough you're not getting shot up by all the different shotgun teams. You move up. Well, we've definitely lost most of our Kadai here. Let the other unit charge through into those crane guns, stop them cold. I think a lot of the enemy, though, is starting to throw up the white flag permanently, though. So much death on the field that we're starting to lag real bad. Hang in there, boys. No, you gotta not get shot by shotguns. Slaying them all with magic is perfect, though. Darkhouse can get his golden hounds and just keep fleeing.
Okay, boy.
Pull the archers back once more there. He's getting shot at by the shotguns, but there's not a lot we can do about that one. One more of our bull centaurs flee. Now I can see the actual units now. Look at that. All I did was losing half my army. Now, so just stand there and fire while our train stands in and does some damage. They actually do not go quietly into that good night.
Siglug out!
Archer crew, come on in. Let's go ahead and stop these Jade Warrior crossbowmen. Man. They're still back here. Train, get in there and help. That train's out of ammo. Final shot has been fired. Now we bring in the train crews. Let's get rid of these Jade Lances here. That way we should have stand a better of a chance. Let the train charges break those Lancer crews. You turn to start firing on this next group here because it's not quite over. How many Cathayans have fallen here? Almost 6,000. That behind us gets dropped. You keep that flintlock firing. Stop them from firing, even if you have to sacrifice your own lives. We have so much lag going on right now. I'm hoping the almost called the place. Hoping the PC doesn't commit seppuku here. Come on, you guys can do it. Just a few more Cathayans. Alright, those guys are broken there. You guys turn around. Hold that position. Those guns are singing. Alright, you go ahead and turn. Fire on this Skylander here. You're taking a little bit of damage. Don't like to see that at all. Meanwhile, the Doom trains are running down the cavalry crews. Could pretty easily be able to win that duel there. A couple chops. The Cathayans have almost no armor. Those lances are gone. Go ahead and turn back around. One more chop should finish the old Overseer off. If you got to hit him again, prove me wrong. His health bar is going to start dropping quick. We need to get over here. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the extra speed. It is simply a Dreadquake. Enemy Lord fallen, though. Okay, nope. You're getting taken out pretty quickly by that. Combined fire there. Yep, he took too much damage. He's going to go ahead and flee. It's going to come down to if we can bring down this flying lantern here. They're ripping as many shots into the Dreadquake as they can. Oh, we win, but man, was it costly. I think all three of our Dreadquakes survive. None of the Kadai do, though. They all managed to, they all fell today. Releasing their demons and whatnot. This is a very long episode, though. Awesome battle. Alright, well, after an incredible battle there where we sacrificed all of our Kadai, both of the Lamasu, that secondary army did pretty well. No one fully eliminated, so everyone else is going to be able to replenish up nicely. Just have to recruit up some more Kadai and some more Lamasu. No problem at all. We will go ahead and easily take the captive option. 2,000 captives. Poor Cathayans. So far from home. Oh, I see. Clan Moors is going to help us out bringing down Wurzag. Well, thank you, Queek. I appreciate it. We'll take the win. And I will go ahead and take the treasury this time. And Crooked Moon has also now moved in on the Bone Gulch. Man, I'm pretty sure I could probably defend this. We may not be able to slay Skarsnik, we're out on the open field. Makes things a bit more funky just because of the sheer amount of archers you're going to have. I'm happy to try to fight this one, though, and do as much damage as we can. We do have the single Dreadquake battery. We've got a couple uses of Wrath of Zar, and then the Kadai Fireborn, which should actually be very, very useful there. Like I said, the only really dangerous unit here being Skarsnik, but his leadership is at 92, so he's not unbreakable. So as long as we do a lot of damage to these other Gabos here in his army, which 38 and 33, 32 and 32, we're very, very even with them. So it's going to be a bit of a give and take. But for now, I'm out of time for today. I've been at Space Wizard War. Remember, leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub zone, and I will see you on the next one.